and family under the Updates tab. Google is expanding Gemini AI features in Workspace to summarize PDFs and Google Forms in Drive. Users will now see summary cards with key insights and suggested actions such as drafting proposals or listing interview questions directly in the file view. The update, available in over 20 languages, began rolling out to Workspace users on June 12th. And to a final tech trend, Apple plans to release its revamped Siri in spring 2026 with iOS 26.4 per Bloomberg. Originally unveiled at WWDC 2024, the new Siri promises smarter, more context-aware features. And that's it for this week's Emerging Tech Trends. My name is Sheila Sechi. Catch you same time next week for more.
Welcome back from that break. As I told you before the break, we are having a conversation that has to do with the National Identification Card, its uses, and how to better maximize it in your day-to-day activities. I mean, we'll be delving into this matter a bit later because earlier this week, there were some, talk on the internet around the fact that it is usually not proper to allow some institutions to take your national ID card and print them out. There was some bit of controversy over there, but we'll be getting into that later in the conversation. But for now, I'd like to introduce our guest who will be helping us dissect this matter, Williams Emmanuel Ampomah Darlas. He's the head of corporate affairs at the National Identification Authority. You're welcome, Emmanuel.
Thank you, my brother.
Right. You're welcome to the show once again. Before we get into that issue that have to do with the photocopies and all of that, what exactly are the main services that are offered by the NIA as an authority itself?
Right. So, a very good evening to your listeners and your viewers, if any. The mandate of the National Identification Authority is to register Kenyans from zero to infinity. By zero to infinity, what I mean is children that are born today to the last oldest person in the country now. So if the oldest person in the country is 200 years, our mandate is to register from 0 to 200 years plus. Now, after registration, we do what we call issuance. And so we'll get the card printed, and the applicant will have to put his or her fingerprints on a machine before the card is issued to the applicant. So aside registration and issuance, we also do replacements. If your card is missing and you come to the National Identification Authority's office, it is our mandate to ensure the card is replaced. We also do update of information. So for instance, when you were registering for the Ghana card, you were living in, say, location A. Now you have moved from location A to location D. If you come to us to update your records with us, it also falls within our mandates. So we do such updates to ensure the data we have is accurate and not questionable. We also do premium registration. By premium registration, I mean we have set out some centers in the regional capitals where we offer enhanced services to applicants who desire to procure our premium services. We also do household registration. And so, for instance, if you are an institution and you want us to move into your institution to register your people, as long as you have about 7 people, we will move to registration. It is not free. All the institutional registration we do that at a fee. Aside the household one, we also do group registration. And so a group of 7 or more can come together to say, we want to invite the National Identification Authority to our location so they can register us at the comfort of our home. We do that one too at a fee. And then we have identity verification services that we offer to financial institutions, telcos, and all institutions that are into verification. We offer those services as well. So basically, this is our mandate as an authority.
So it's interesting that you mentioned all of these things, because some of them I actually never knew about a few of the things that you mentioned, but I'm glad that I'm getting that education today. But Williams, I also realized that the authority has an online portal. How exactly does it work, and what's its role in all of these things that you have mentioned? Where does the technicality come in?
Right. So with our online portal, we reintroduced it to decongest our centers, to make securing the Ghana card a seamless process. As management, when we took over, we noticed our premium centers were most of the times congested with a number of people trooping in from far and near to secure a Ghana card. And per our mandates, we are not supposed to subject these applicants to such torture. We noticed our district offices had not been in operation for a number of years. I think as far back as March 2023 to January 2025, our district offices were short of blank cards. And so they were doing registration all right, but they were not printing and issuing cards. And so we had a backlog since we, as management, took a decision that if we move to or reintroduce the online portal, still the pressure will be on the premium services. And so the wisest thing to do was to ensure our regional and district offices are working. So as I speak, all the district offices across the country are working. They have enough stock, as in blank cards, to offer instant services to Ghanaians. When that was done, then we decided that it is about time the premium center is moved online. And so at the comfort of your home, you will just fill the form, choose a center. For instance, in Greater Accra, we have 2 premium centers, one at the Cowbank Head Office and then one at the Regional Coordinating Council, closer to Legon City Campus. So once you choose the center you want to visit, you go there, the officers will capture your biometrics, take a picture of you, move your records to the print farm, they will print the card for you, and then issue it. I've already mentioned that after printing, we just don't hand over the card. You still will have to donate your fingerprints on a machine, confirming that that card has been issued to you. So that is basically what our online portal is serving. We want the processes to be very seamless and reduce the waiting time, because we realize someone could come to the premium center and spend almost the whole day. Sometimes they won't even get their card because it doesn't reach their turn to get served. So this is one of the strategies as an authority we use to ensure that whoever turn up in a premium center gets served and served instantly.
So
That is why
Williams,
we are prioritizing
is the online
the
platform active?
yeah.
Can anybody just access it as we speak?
Yes, so as we speak, the online portal is available to those who are doing what we call first issuance. If you have not registered for the Ghana card ever in your life and you want to access our premium service, the online portal is available for you to use. We are yet to activate updates and replacement button on the online portal. So for now, if you want to do updates and replacement and you want a premium service, you do what we call walk in. You can walk in and the officers will serve you and get your card printed. But we are hoping that by next month, the replacement and update button on the online platform will be activated, so that at the comfort of your home, if you want to register for the card for the very first time, if you want to do update, if you want to do replacement, you can just fill in the form, choose the center you want to go. When your date is due, you go and the officers will attend to you instantly.
Right. That's very fascinating to hear as well. But when it comes to individuals who live in the remote parts of Ghana, do you offer certain mobile registration services for these categories of individuals? Is there anything specially arranged for them?
Right. So as I indicated earlier, after the mass registration, where centers were designated in certain electoral areas to get the people registered, we reverted all the services to our district offices, regional offices, and the premium centers. But per our mandate, we also do group, institutional, and household registration. So once you approach us to move into your community to register, there should be a focal person who arrange this. So we move into the community to ensure all those that are supposed to be registered are registered. But currently, as we speak, after the mass registration, the authority on its own doesn't move without invitation from a focal person. All the registration has been centered at our districts and regional offices.
So, for instance, I've seen instances where individuals or NGOs and other groups have taken the initiative to move to institutions such as the National Health Insurance Authority, amongst others, to facilitate maybe the creation of NHIS cards for people in deprived areas. I've seen that happen. Do you get some of these? Are you approached in line with this specific modality of people, individuals, and groups coming to offer their assistance to help people in rural areas, for instance, get registered? Do you offer partnerships like that?
If you can come again, the network wasn't stable.
Can you hear me, Williams?
Yes, it's better now.
Right. So I was citing an example of the fact that I'm aware that there are some groups and individuals, NGOs amongst others, that move into communities and also partner with for instance, let's say the National Health Insurance Authority, to help them create, insurance cards for people in deprived areas who wouldn't have ordinarily had the opportunity, like you're saying, the ability to visit a physical structure to be able to, like your office, to be able to access the cards and be able to use them for their health issues as well. Do you have individuals and groups like that reaching out to the authority to undertake similar things to help people in deprived areas, since, like you're saying, you need a focal person in how to reach areas to be able to move in? Do you get such offers, and what's the conversation around that as we speak?
Yes, so if you go to our district offices, they often get such invitations by assembly members, members of parliament, and philanthropists that want to, as it were, secure the Ghana card for a group of people. It all falls under our institutional and household registration. So once we receive that invitation, we just move in once payment is done. As I said, if we are moving from our district, regional, or even the headquarters, we have institutional team at the headquarters that moves around to register people. But once the team is moving, there's supposed to be arrangement for payment of the services. We charge with regards to our institutional and household registration. So, for instance, if you go to the district office, the registration for first issuance, those who are getting the Ghana card for the very first time, is free at the district level. But if you come to the premium center, you will pay. And if you invite the institutional team to a community, a school, or to a household, that one too, you will pay. Whether it's new issuance, update, or replacement, you will pay.
Right. That's some very informative development over there. I would like to remind our listeners that this show is brought to you by MTN. MTN everywhere you go. Now, if you also want to send in a message, or you have anything that's bothering you at the moment as we discuss this subject, you can also send your concern via WhatsApp, and the number is 055 1111 997. The number again is 055 1111 997. I'm still here with Emmanuel Ampomah Darlas, who's the head of corporate affairs at the National Identification Authority. Now, Williams, when it comes to checking the status of your Ghana card, is this something that can be done online as well?
No, you cannot check the Ghana card, the status of the Ghana card online. We do not have that platform yet. Okay. You can only check the status of your Ghana card at our district offices across the country.
Right. So I take it that it means when it comes to the updating and correcting of personal information, because you mentioned the fact that some of these things are now on the online platform are now being recalibrated or being updated. I assume that also has not been updated as well, I guess. Updating your personal information via the online platform.
Yeah, so going forward, we are looking at how we can, through other state institutions, help our applicants or holders of the Ghana card to update certain information regardless of location. And so, for instance, if that is fully implemented, you can go to any SNIT office. Once you update your records as SNITs, we will get that information, and we also update our records. Maybe if you go to birth and death registry to secure a birth set, once you update your records, it will automatically get to the National Identification Authority. That is something we are looking forward to doing. But as of now, you cannot check the status of your Ghana card online unless you visit any of our registration centers.
But how difficult or easy is it, or will it be, to have all of these institutions streamlined in a way that you can easily check the status of some of these things online? Does it look like it will be something that will be a Herculean task, or you feel like it just takes a few things to be in place for that to happen?
Right. So, these institutions are autonomous in their own rights. And so if you want to bring these institutions under an umbrella, you need to put certain in. You also have to get some top governmental support and all that. So as we speak, talks are ongoing with these institutions to ensure we are able to implement this. If you will recall, currently the NHIA is not even printing cards any longer. SNITs, they are also not printing cards. The vision of the authority is to ensure all these things are incorporated on the Ghana card, so that it becomes a one-stop shop. So if you have the Ghana card, you can even pay for services with the Ghana card. You can access healthcare with the Ghana card. You can check the status of your SNIT contribution with the Ghana card and all that. So that is the focus now, and it takes quite a lot to get there. That's why I said we are still engaging these institutions, and hopefully very soon we will announce the reforms we intend to bring here at the National Identification Authority. And we can promise you the promises to be very, very exciting, because after operating the authority for a number of years, it is about time certain things are changed. And so as I speak with you, we are amending sections of our laws to enable us to do certain things. And once that is done, we will communicate it to the Ghanaian people.
Right. So we're also looking forward to the development, because I feel like it will be something that will transform the space when it comes to identification, not just in Ghana, but I mean, a lot of the things that we implement here in Ghana, we end up seeing our West African counterparts and other African counterparts, follow through, which means that we are doing something great as well. But do you think there's ever going to be a time where we do not need to use cards, maybe just our fingerprint, or could be, or just maybe your eye, the lens could just be a form of identification? Do you think that we are ever going to get there? Because I know in China there are people using their fingers to pay for items, and that's wild if you think about it from our side of the world. But do you think that there's going to be a time where Ghana will be able to, afford these high-tech executions in terms of day-to-day service delivery?
Okay.
Joy 99.7 FM.
We want to get to a point where all you need is to download a Ghana card app or National Identification Authority app on your phone. You fill in the details you're supposed to fill, and by touching whatever verification device the institution you are dealing with has, all the information the institution needs to verify you will be there to verify you, so that you just don't need your fingerprints to confirm and you are good to go. currently, we are offering verification services to telcos and financial institutions. And with this verification platform, we are able to verify people biometrically by just donating a fingerprint to authenticate whether the very person you are dealing with is the same person on the system. That is why when we got hint of banks still running photocopies of the Ghana card, we decided to let Ghanaians know the risk, and then also to warn the banks to abstain from that very act, because the platform is there for proper biometric verification. And so far, a number of banks have been onboarded, including rural banks. Bank of Ghana, that is a regulatory body to these banks. They've also been onboarded. So if you go to our portal, you see all the institutions. If you go to our website, I beg your pardon, you see all the onboarded institutions on our website. And most of these institutions are doing biometric verification and not ocular verification, because ocular verification is one of the ways fraudsters get to lay their hands on the information of people. And once your bio data gets into wrong hands, there are a lot of things they can do with it. And so let me use the opportunity to again tell the institutions that are still doing ocular verification that it is not permissible, and so they should put a stop to it.
Williams, just a bit of clarification. If you say ocular verification, what exactly does that mean?
Okay, so it's in two folds. The first one is just taking the physical Ghana card and looking at the person's face. You are like, okay, you are the one on the card, and you are done. That's what some people do. The second one is running photocopies of the Ghana card and then attaching them to whatever form. And then they just tell you, we have verified you. You can go ahead and procure whatever services you are here to do. That is what we term as ocular verification. The physical verification is what we call ocular verification, and it's not permissible.
But isn't that what has been the case since time memorial? Anytime we are going for to apply for other things, most of the time they'll ask for photocopies of your identification, documents and other forms of verification. Why is it that all of a sudden it is? And I believe this is why it caused a lot of stir on social media when this comment came out. Why exactly is it that all of a sudden it is not permissible when that has been the way of life of these institutions for the longest time? What are the risks that have all of a sudden come up, for which reason you are calling for an end to the practice?
Right. So before any policy is implemented, you must first of all think of what the policy seeks to address. And then when you are convinced that, yes, the policy will address the challenges you've outlined, you go ahead to engage. So as an authority, we've engaged all these financial institutions and the telcos on the need to stop ocular verification. So it's not like it was out of the blue. We just came out to talk about physical verification not being permissible. We've engaged them a couple of times, not this year, not last year. The very moment verification platform came into existence, we started engaging these people to let them our verification platform is. In fact, just this year, around 3rd March 2025, the Bank of Ghana warned these institutions again to stop doing or running copies of their customers' Ghana card. And it tells you that we've engaged these institutions for years. And so Ghana card, Bank of Ghana was just reiterating the point we've made earlier on when we met them as stakeholders. But you see, you will surely get people who are not used to conforming to rules and regulations. That is why in this day and age, we still have banks with huge customers still doing ocular verification, putting the incomes and savings of their customers at risk.
Right. That's some very good clarification there, because as of last week, this was a very big issue, and a lot of us were wondering how there was not much, noise made about this modality, because it has been so normal that when this came out, it was surprising that the opposite is actually the case. But we'll delve more into that area of the development quite later. This is still Geek Squad on Joy 99.7 FM, which is brought to you by MTN. MTN everywhere you go. We are going for a quick commercial break. We'll be back.
Joy 99.7 FM.
The much-awaited Joy Sports Invitational Tournament 2025 is coming soon. Watch the space for more details. Joy Sports Invitational 2025, powered by Joy Sports, the thrill of the game.
Joe Metal Ministries presents Praise Reloaded 2025, dubbed Festival of Gratitude, featuring Joe Metal, Nathaniel Bassi, Dokozum Bambo, Akese Brimpong, Pastor Isaiah, and many more. Luigi Mackling and Nyonyam, Team Eternity Ghana, and Soul Winners on Sunday, the 29th of June 2025. Venue, Elwork Sports Stadium. Gates open at 1 p.m. Event starts at 3 p.m. It's absolutely free. Simply register on joemetalmusic.com to secure your seat. Sponsors: Silicon House Productions, Greenline Juice and Smoothie, Palms by Eagles, High End Productions, The Family Health Organization, Tank Palace Hotel, Joburg Ghana Limited, Africa World Airlines, iPay, Ace Protocol Services, Timeline Creative, Asa Security, 360 Productions, DDP, Decozone, Sterling Gift, Unicorn Chemist. Media partners: Joy Entertainment, Joy FM, Joy Prime, Hits FM. This event is powered by Reverb Studios.
For the game, the formation
across Ghana, unsung heroes and heroines are defying the odds to change lives. The search for the next Joy News Impact Maker 2025 is over. Joy News, in partnership with McDan Foundation, empowering futures, building communities, announces the 10 finalists for this year's Impact Makers. From Kiseman in the Greater Accra region, Raymond Senyo Amezadu is shaping the future by engaging children in after-school programs, ensuring they have access to quality education. At the Kolebu Teaching Hospital in Accra, Ekuya Sapon is a beacon of hope for children battling cancer, raising awareness and providing resources to improve their quality of life. Through the lens of photography, Geoffrey Kwame Buta empowers students with hearing disabilities in Tamale, giving them a voice and a platform to share their stories. Eric Bwedi Sampon from the Eastern region is recognized for improving educational infrastructure, accommodation for teachers, and providing access to potable water for the Atani Ata community. And in Wa, William Ayaba Akongbabre has redefined education with a hybrid school system, creating an inclusive environment for children with special needs and diverse backgrounds. In the fight for mental health awareness, Osei Boateng is making waves in the Ashanti region with their Wuhunyame Wellness Program, providing crucial support and breaking the stigma around mental health. Portia Dumba from Jindabo in the Savannah region is hailed for empowering women to venture into shea butter production and high-quality beauty cosmetics, fostering financial independence and sustainability. From Susiano in the Ahafo region, Bennett Asante Nkrumah believes that education should not be a privilege but a right, offering free schooling to needy students. Similarly, Daniel Nkrumah is bringing clean water to communities across Ghana with borehole outreach programs that are transforming lives. In Amasaman, Joseph Tete Afangbe is on a mission to promote hygiene awareness in schools and communities, ensuring healthier futures for the next generation. These Joy News impact makers are the 2025 change makers, the problem solvers, the everyday heroes and heroines, reshaping Ghana. The spotlight is on. This year's awards is brought to you by the Center for Strategic Philanthropy and Social Investment of the Pentecost University, unleashing transformational philanthropy, research, and innovation for community impact. Philanthropy Ghana, promoting and elevating philanthropy in Ghana. Gold Key Properties, transforming the landscape. MNC Group Global, totally reliant. German Ozone Medical Center, alternative therapy, dental wellness and beauty. And latest form, your partner for life. Ghana CEO Summit, inspiring business leadership and economic transformation. Joy News Impact Makers Awards, celebrating ordinary people making extraordinary impact.
If whiskey could talk.
This is Geek Squad on Joy 99.7 FM with me, Kenneth Awotwe Darko. We've been talking about the Ghana card and its uses, and we've been speaking with Williams Emmanuel Ampomah Darlas, who's the head of corporate affairs at the National Identification Authority. Now we have some contributions coming in from our listeners who are tuned in this evening. This one says, good evening. Can a foreigner living in Ghana open a bank account with a non-citizen card? And this is coming from Tony. This is a very interesting question. This also says, please ask him the requirements for registering kids and for replacement as well. Very good question as well. Someone is also asking, is the updating of the records free? I don't think that's free because I think he mentioned it during the conversation, but hopefully we get some answers from him as well. This is coming from Sterling Morte. He says, good evening, Joy FM. Good evening, listeners. I am following your discussion. I want to update information on my Ghana card today. How much am I supposed to pay? That's a question we'll be putting to Mr. Williams as well. Hopefully he has some answers for us. This one also says, good evening, Geek Squad. Another good topic for discussion tonight. I just tuned in. I work in an institution, not a bank, but a financial company, where before my money exchanges hands between us and our clients, we need to do some Ghana card verification or OCLA verification. I want to know how I can now verify, just so I wouldn't need any OCLA verification of a sort. In case my company is not aware, I will have to share this information. And this is coming from Zets from Akwitiman. Another one says, good evening. Please ask him if they take money, because I have been to Pram Pram for almost a month. But still, anytime I go there, I'm told there is no network. But some people go and it is done. My question is, why does it appear that there is some kind of frustration because of the Ghana card? This is from Otega in Dowenya. This one also says, good evening, great show. Please, I have two questions. Please talk briefly on non-citizens with emphasis on ECOWAS citizens, the cost or renewal, and for the first timers. The second question is, someone came in some years ago, got the card but did not renew, left the country and came back and was told to pay for over 6 years of default. Are there certain waivers that can be given to non-citizens? This is from Charles, who is in Spintex. Williams, these are very interesting questions that have come from from our audience today. I mean, they have been taking notes since the beginning. So I don't know where you would like to start from. Maybe you can take anyone to begin with.
Okay, so if you go to our district office to do an update, that is record updates only, Maybe you've changed your place of abode and you want to update it on our records. If you go to the district office, it's free. You won't pay a dime. If you are doing the Ghana card for the very first time, as I stated earlier, if you go to our district office, it's free. You will not pay a dime. But if you are doing replacement, it means your card is missing or is faulty and you want to replace it. If you go to our district office, you pay 125 Ghana cedis without more. 125 Ghana cedis for replacement. If you are doing updates, record updates with replacement, the difference is that the first update, they will not change the card for you because whatever you are updating will not appear on the face of the card. Updates
99.7 FM.
and replacements, record updates and replacement. That means after your records have been updated, the authority will have to issue you another card. That one, if you go to our district office, you will pay 60 Ghana cedis. 60 Ghana cedis. If you are doing nationality update, maybe when you are registering the card for the Ghana card for the very first time, you were registered onto the FIMS register, and the FIMS register is for foreign.
Joy 99.7 FM.
In the country for 90 days or more, the law requires that you get registered onto the FIMS register. You'll be issued a card so that you can procure a SIM card, you can get the services of the financial institutions with that card. But then if you go through all the legal processes and attain a Ghanaian status and you want to do a nationality update, if you go to the district office, you will pay 70 Ghana cedis. So all these amounts I have mentioned are payable at the district office. And even that, you don't pay physical cash. You pay to car bank. They have a short code. So you use the short code. If it's replacement, you pay 125. If it's update, record update and replacement, you pay 60 Ghana. If it's nationality updates, you pay 70 Ghana. That is how much you are supposed to pay at the district level for the services I have mentioned. If you visit any district office and you pay more than 125 Ghana cedis, then you are being fleeced. You have to report that to the authority. I'll put a number across so that if you encounter such challenges, you just call us. We will answer you promptly, receive your complaints, and ensure whoever fleeced you at the district office is dealt with. Now, we have premium centers. And at the beginning of this conversation, I mentioned that we did not want the premium centers to be the rule. We wanted it to be the exception. And so if the district offices are working and you elect to seek for a premium service, then it is a choice you have made. So if you go to our premium centers, if you are getting the card for the very first time, you pay 310 Ghana cedis, even though it's free at the district level. But since you are going to the premium center, that is how much you are supposed to pay. If you go to the premium center to replace your missing or damaged card, you will pay 420 Ghana cedis at the premium center. But at the district office, it's 125. If you go to the premium center to do record updates, you will pay 310 Ghana cedis, even though it's free at the district level. If you go to the premium center to do record updates with replacement of card, you will pay 355 Ghana cedis at the premium center, even though it's 60 Ghana cedis at the district level. And if you are doing nationality update at the premium center, you pay 365 Ghana cedis, though you pay 70 cedis at the district office. So it's a choice. If you want a premium service, that is how much you pay for all the services I have mentioned. But if you go to the district office, all these services are also rendered instantly at the district offices.
Thank you, Williams.
Now, let me make this point.
Okay.
We've received complaints of people taking monies from applicants before cards are issued to them. We have dismissed some are on interdiction, going through disciplinary proceedings. But let me hasten to add that sometimes the public make allegations, and when they are called upon to serve as witnesses to these allegations, they intend to, as it were, backtrack without coming forward to serve as witnesses. Because, Kenneth, we are not always at the district offices. And so if you come to us to report any breaches, and we are calling you to give us further and better particulars,
right,
it is only fair that you avail yourself. But when you just report and move away, and sometimes even switch off your phone without coming forth to let us know how the accused officer fleeced you at the district office, it's very difficult to take actions on such things.
Okay, Williams.
With your permission, let me put this number out. If you go to any district office and they are demanding for money before services are rendered to you, you can call us on 054 98 89 525 054 98 89 525. Our officers will respond, take your complaints, and we assure you, once you avail yourself and provide evidence to the allegation, the management will not rest on our oars. We will take action and ensure such rogues are eliminated from the system.
Right, those are some very crucial information that you have given us right there. Because time is running out, so unfortunately we will have to make the rest of the developments quite short. But what are some of the innovations that you see coming up in the future, as long as identification is concerned?
Please come again. Sorry,
I'm asking that briefly because we're running out of time. Just in your view, what do you think are some of the innovations that are shaping up as far as identification is concerned? In just briefly, 30 seconds.
Right. So, as we speak with you, I have already mentioned we have expanded premium services, and we are looking forward to running the authority even on weekends, 247, doing a 24-hour service through to the weekend, so that those with busy schedules can also get the opportunity to get into our registers. The ability to update personal information at the offices of selected institutions, as I mentioned earlier, is something we are discussing, and very soon that will also be rolled out. With regards to replacements and update services by appointment under the premium services, it is also an innovation that we have brought on board. We are also looking at card transfers.
Okay.
Because people registered, and by virtue of what they do, they've moved from their former locations.
Okay.
And now the cards have been printed. They are gathering dust in our various offices. So we are looking forward.
Williams, unfortunately, this is all time will allow us. But I'm sure, hopefully, we will have more time to have more discussions on this. Thank you very much for joining us. And this is how we draw the curtain on today's edition of Geek Squad on Joy 99.7 FM. Have a good evening. And up next is Headline News at 8 with Michael Ashali.